So we're going to start in child's pose. Let's take a seat back into the mat. So sitting back into the heels, let the arms reach and lengthen. And if you take the knees a little bit wider, allow yourself some more space. Just to bring your chest down closer to the mat. And become aware of each breath down here. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Allow your breath to settle you into your space a bit more. And now here, taking your arms around to your left, and then once they're around there, cross your right hand over your left, just to find a little bit of a stretch there in that right side of your back. Then slowly bringing the arms around to the other side, and take the other arm over. Just notice that release into the side body. Slowly bringing your hands back to center. And then bring your chest down, settle in again for another 4 breaths. Into the nose, out through the nose. Allow your mind and your body to settle. And with your next in-breath, just bring your body weight forward onto your hands, come into all fours. And then move into cat-cow. So tuck the tail and arch your back up. Tuck your chin and look back through your legs. Then inhale, lengthen through your spine. Draw your chest forward, lift your chin, lift your gaze. So exhale, tuck under, rounding up, tuck the chin, look back. And then lengthen out through the spine, draw the shoulders back. And look up. 2 more. Breathing out as you tuck under. Rounding up through your spine, mobilizing the spine. Breathing in as you lengthen out, drawing the chest forward and the shoulders back as you lift your gaze. 1 more time. Then from here, sit back into your heels. And then come forward onto your hands. We gently rock back and forth. So breathe out, tip back into the hips, into the heels. Inhale, bring your body weight forwards onto your hands. Exhale, tip back. Inhale, come forwards. 2 more. The gentle drawing in of the tummy. Moving smoothly through each breath. And this time, as you come forward, we're going to prepare to lower down. So here we then breathe out, bend the elbows and lower down with the chest. Then breathe in, draw up the chest and roll the shoulders. And breathe out, find the knees and sit back into the heels. So we're kneeling sequence through the upper body. Inhale, the hands stay there as your body weight comes forwards. We exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale, draw up, roll the shoulders back. Feel a little squeeze in the bottom. And then breathe out as you push back. So we just work through this, warming through the upper body, moving with our breath. Roll the shoulders back and sit back. So 2 more. Maybe just finding a bit of upper body strength here also. 1 more time. And then sit back into your heels again. Feel the length in your spine and even round through the arms and shoulders. And then settle in. Holding here just for another 4 breaths again. And then when you're ready, come up onto your hands. Tuck the toes, lift the hips and look back into your thighs. Coming into your downward dog. Notice the length in your legs. And bending both knees, we're going to prepare for our foot pedals. So take one heel down as the other knee stays bent. And just switch through these foot pedals, lowering one heel, bending the other knee, appreciating the length in each leg, one at a time. Maybe you notice this shifts down into the calf as the heel goes lower. So just a couple more each side. And then press both heels towards the mat again. Allow your chest to melt through as you look into your thighs. Spread the weight evenly into your hands and hold here for 4 more breaths. And then bending both knees, walking your feet forwards, coming into a forward fold, our Uttanasana pose. So allow the head and the hands to hang, chest towards your thighs, and maintain a softness about the knees. And here we can breathe in and bring your hands to your shins, lengthen your spine, draw the shoulders and the hips back, find a flat back, and then we soften down. So again, inhale, bring the hands to the shins, feel the legs lengthen, the spine lengthens. Exhale, soften down, bend the knees, take a breath in, and roll on up to rise, lift on up, reach up and look up. Find a little back bend. Press the hips forward, squeeze the bottom. And then with an out breath, fold over, come down. And in breath brings your hands to your shins. And an out breath softens us down. Let's move through our sun salutation. Your right leg steps back, long lunge. Place the back knee down, toes down. Inhale, lift up and open up. So look up if you can. Then use an out breath to place the hands down. Push back into a downward dog. Look into your legs. And hold. Just a couple more breaths here. And your next in-breath will take you forward into high plank. Your out-breath will lower the knees, bend the elbows and take you down. Your in-breath draws you up here. Roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, find the knees, the toes, and push back again to the dog face down. Looking into your thighs. Holding, breathing, settling. Just a couple more breaths. And then we can bend both knees as your right foot steps forward. Place the back knee to the mat, toes down. Inhale, lift up and rise. Look up. Exhale, hands down. Step into fold. Bring the hands to the shins, lengthen your spine, and then soften down so we can bend the knees. Take a breath in and roll all the way back up. Good. So let's go again. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back extend. Exhale, soften down and take your left leg back this time, long lunge. We place the knee down, the toes down. Breathe in, lift up, look up. Good. Breathe out, hands come down, and then push back. Down dog, holding it there again. Spreading your weight evenly into your hands. Lifting your hips, melting your chest through your shoulders. So allow your next in-breath to glide you forwards to high plank. Bend the knees, breathe out, lower down. Inhale, draw up, really roll the shoulders back and look up. Exhale, find the knees, the toes, and push back into the dog face down. Holding here for 4 breaths. And then bending both knees again. With your left foot stepping forward, place the back knee down, toes down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to thighs or to the floor. Then step in. Good. Bring the hands to the shins, flat back. Soften down, bend the knees, take a breath in, roll up and rise. So we find a different sequence. Exhale, come down again. Hands to shins, flat back. And soften down. Good. This time we're going to step back with your right leg. Place the back knee down and find a twist as you turn and look up. Turning towards that front thigh. Good. Placing the hand down. Step back. Down dog. Then inhale, glide forward to high plank. And if you can, keep the legs straight as you lower down, but do bend the knees as before if you prefer. Then draw up through the thighs, finding our up dog. Tuck toes, lift the hips, and look back into the thighs for the down dog. Then with a bend of your knees, your right foot steps forward. We place the back knee down and turn again towards the front thigh for a little twist. Good, putting the hand down, step into fold. Bring the hands to the shins. Soften down, bend the knees, take a breath in and rise. And we go again. Exhale, fold over your thighs, come down. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Breathe out, come on down. With a bend of your knees, the left foot steps back, placing the back knee down. Turn towards the front thigh, get that little twist and rotation. Pop the hand down, step back to down dog, look into both legs, feel the length in both legs, and then use your in-breath to glide you forwards to high plank, your out-breath to lower you down, and in-breath draws us up, squeeze the bottom up dog. Tuck toes, lift hips, down dog. Look back. And there's a bend of your knees so that your left foot can step in. Placing the back knee down. Turning to twist into that front thigh. Then bringing your hand down. We step in to fold. Bring the hands to the shins. Soften down, bend the knees, take a breath in, roll up and rise. And we're going to find another little sequence in our sun salutation. So fold over, come down. Inhale, hands to shins. One more round on each side. Exhale, soften down. Bending the knees, your right leg steps back. We take the other leg back, down dog. Good. Now here, lift up your right leg to three-legged dog. Really open up there from one foot to the other. And can you bend your knee at the top there, opening the front of the hip of that top leg. Now from here, that top leg is going to come forward and wide into our yoga lunge. So step that foot wide towards the same hand. Hold it there, draw the shoulders back. And then we're going to push back into down dog again. High hips, hold it. And then lift the other leg, three-legged dog. Bending the knee at the top there, pointing your foot towards the opposite shoulder, holding it steady. And then, as before, that top leg comes forward and wide yoga lunge. We hold, drawing the shoulders back. Good. And then pushing back into a downward dog. And then gliding forwards into high plank. Bending the elbows to lower. Drawing up through the chest. Tucking the toes to push back. And bending the knees to bring one foot forward. And then the other to fold. Take a breath in and rise. We lift up and we're going to do that one more time. So exhale, fold over, come down. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, soften down. Bending the knees, hands on the floor. Your left foot steps back. And then the other one into downward dog. High hips. Find your place. Spread the weight evenly through your hands. As you then lift your left leg, three-legged dog. Feeling length from one foot to the other. Then bending your knee at the top. Pointing your foot towards the opposite shoulder. And with your next in-breath, that top foot comes forward and wide to our yoga lunge. Just hold for a few breaths here. And then push back to down dog. Try and get more length. The chest melts through a bit more. And then we lift the other leg, three-legged dog. Bending the knee, opening the hip up there. And then that top leg also comes forwards and wide. Body weight forward, step through. And then push back into the downward dog. Just here, so we can prepare to glide forward, engaging the abdominal muscles. Come forward to high plank. Knees down if you wish. Bend the elbows to lower. Inhale, draw up dog. Shoulders back, bum squeezed. Top toes push back to downward dog. And then we just bend both knees to bring one foot forwards. And then the other, forward fold. Bring the hands to shins. Lengthen the spine. Soften down, bend the knees, take a breath in and rise. Lift up and look up. Hold it there, little back bend. And then releasing the arms, bringing them down beside you. Here, let's taking the feet wide. So you turn your right foot out, your left foot forward, warrior two legs. So here, when you take your arms out, you can check the toes are under your fingers. His knee is out, you should see your big toe, and lift the chest. Squeeze the bottom, take a breath in and straighten your arms and your legs, lengthen. And then a breath out goes wide with the arms and down into the legs. So inhale, we rise. Exhale, we open and lengthen. So opening the arms. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, wide and deep. One more. Holding it here, squeezing the bottom, and then shift to your right. Bring the forearm to thigh and reach into side angle pose or extended warrior two. And here, using in-breath to lift up the arm and look up, sun warrior, chest up. And then come down again and extend. So just hold for a couple of breaths each. So the in-breath lifts us. And then down. Good. So one more, coming up. And then release, straightening the legs. Let's bring your right foot forwards, your left foot out for the other side. So sink down into the legs, check again, you should see your big toe, the knee is out slightly with the arms wide, toes are under fingers. So breathe in, lengthen up, straight arms, straight legs. Breathe out, wide arms, bend the knee. And again, inhale, rise. Exhale, wide and deep into the legs, shoulders down. So try not to lean across. Feel that you're just going down as you bend the left knee, through the middle. Good, one more. Holding it there. And then we tip to your left. Bring the forearm to thigh, reach across, extend. And then let an in-breath lift you up. Stay in the legs, lift the chest, lift the arm, look up. And out breath takes us down. Reach from the heel to the fingertip, nice long line. And then inhale, rise. So we go again. Lifting up again and holding it there. Looking up. And then releasing, straightening the legs, turning the feet forward. So just roll to the outside of each foot, push the heels into the floor. We're going to come into a wide fold. So we tip forwards from the hip. Push the hips back. If you can, bring the hands to the floor or maybe rest the hands on the thighs. Bend the knees if you prefer. And as you breathe out, lower into it and look through the legs. Just relax your shoulders. Breathe. Feel the length in your legs. Maybe each breath can take you a little bit further down.
I didn't catch that.
And here, allow your hands to come across towards the right foot. Bend the knee if you need to, but try and keep pressing the right hip up and back. And just come across where you can. Just to your range of movement. Noticing the back of that right leg a bit more. Then slowly walk the hand around to the other side. Come across. Letting the hip just lengthen upwards. Feel the length in the back of that left leg. And then bringing your hands back to the center, take your right hand on your lower back. Turn your waist to the right and rotate. If you wish, leave the hand there, but if you can, lift the arm up and look up. Draw the shoulders back, keep the hips pressing back, and just hold this little bit of rotation in our fold for 4 more breaths. Gently bring the hand down. Take your hand to the other side, lower back. Turn, rotate to your left or the other side. And if you wish, lift the arm again or just leave it resting on your back. Just a couple more breaths. And then gently release the hand down. Here, bending your knees, bring one foot in and then the other. Then take one leg behind the other to bring yourself down onto your mat. Come to a seated position. And we can either have your right leg in front or on top, modified half lotus. The knees are wide. Take a breath in, lift the arms, lengthen up through the chest. Press up through your palms and look up. Feel the length in your spine and the muscles surrounding it. Now here, going to keep the arms up and just tip forwards from your hip. We're not going too far, we're just going so far that we get a little bit more of a stretch in the back and length in the muscles surrounding the spine with the arms either side of your ears. So the spine is long, not rounded. Keep the chin tucked in, look slightly forward. And then sink back. Bring the chest up, bring the arms down, and take a little side reach. Come over, opening through the side body there. And then go the other way. And then come back to center. Good, let's uncross the legs and cross them the other way. So we now have the left foot in front or on top. Sit upright, lift the chest, the knees are wide. Take a breath in, lift the arms. Lengthen up, so press up through your hands. Soften the shoulders. And tip forwards again. So when you tip forwards, we're keeping the length in the spine, and it's just a little tip with the arms up either side of your ears. Keep the chin tucked in. Doesn't have to be too far forward, just enough to maintain length and feel the stretch. Then slowly bring your chest back up, lengthen the spine, and bring the hands out to the side. So another little side bend, stretch, come across. And then the other way. Good. And here, come back to center and take both legs out in front. We come into a seated twist, not supine, a seated twist. So take your right leg over the left. Hug the knee in. And with a hand behind you, lift the chest and turn and look over the shoulder. So this back hand's a bit like a second spine, lifting us up, lengthening us up in this seated position. Now you can always stay here, or if you can you take hold of the right foot and straighten that leg? If it's not available, just stay with the foot down where we began. Wherever you are, can you also add letting the arm float back behind you? But again, if that makes you lean back or it's a bit wobbly, put it down. Just go where you can. And then very slowly lower the leg and prepare to change sides. So we take the other leg over, hug the knee in, lift the chest, turn, look over the shoulder. Remember, this back hand starts off a bit like a second spine, lengthening us up a bit more. And here, if you can, take the foot and lengthen the leg. Keep the chest up, maybe the arm can float back, but relax the shoulders. Good. Hold it where you can. Be aware of each breath. And then very gently release there. Good. With both legs straight out in front of you. We're coming to our seated forward fold. So take a breath in, lengthen up, and a breath out takes you forwards to fold. So go where you can, relax the shoulders, take your body over your thighs where they can comfortably go. Notice it comes from the back of the legs and the lower back. Then here, take your time and walk your hands back in, lift the chest, fingertips face forward just behind your hips. And here, lift your chest, roll the shoulders back and point your toes down. You can stay here if you wish, or if it's available, can you lift your hips and open up the front of your body? Squeeze your bottom to hold you up. Hold here for 4 breaths, whether your bottom is on the floor or not. And then here, gently release. Sitting upright, we go again. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, tip forwards from the hip. Come on down to fold. Maybe you reach closer to your feet this time. See how it goes. Just go to your range of movement. Please bend the knees if you prefer. Then very slowly walk the hand back again. Fingertips just behind the hips. Lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, look up. Point the toes down. And if it's available, squeeze the bottom and lift your hips, opening a bit more through the front body. Keep that abdominal engagement, the bottom squeezed, and focus on your breath. So 2 more breaths. And we slowly come down. Then here, bending your knees, bring the bottom in a little, tuck the tail, ease your way down, bring your knees to your chest, circling your knees away and around, moving through the lower back and the hips. Then here, popping the feet on the floor, bring the feet together, the knees together. With the arms wide, allow the knees to fall to one side. And then let the top leg come over the bottom leg. Extend the leg for this supine twist. Keep the shoulders on the floor. Now bring the knees together, slowly taking the legs to the other side. Allow the top leg to extend over the other one. Find that supine twist on this side. Always look down the back arm. And then bending the knees, bringing them back to center. And here, you may want to just let the soles of the feet come together, the knees open, feel open through the front of the hips. And as you bring the arms overhead, let's just settle for a few moments into this open butterfly pose. Notice each part of the body in touch with the floor. For the chest is open as well as the hips and even your heart. Breathing evenly in through the nose, out through the nose. Just giving yourself a bit of time to settle. A bit of time to breathe. And a bit of space to just be. Now, if you wish, you can always adjust and extend your legs down the mat. Maybe allow the arms to fall beside you as your hands settle into their natural curl. You find our Shavasana pose a place just to rest, a place to be. So stay aware and breathe. Just a little bit of quiet time. And from here, just bring your feet to the floor, bend the knees. Allow your legs just to fall to one side. So you can then gradually roll over to that side and bring yourself up to seated. Find a comfortable place. See where it feels good for you. Allow the arms just to fall over the legs with the palms facing up, ready to receive the day. So take a breath in and then out. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze. Relax the shoulders. And here, take a breath in as you lift the arms. Look up. And a breath out as your hands come behind. Open your chest. Lift your chest and lengthen your spine. Turn your head just to one side. And then back to center. And the other way. Come back to center. This time, lift your arms and allow your hands to meet at the top there. Slowly, bring your hands down through the midline. Settling at the heart center. So here now, we can just give ourselves a little nod, a little bow. Give thanks for our practice. And welcome to the day. Thank you very much indeed.